A man known to history as Nikola Tesla was born on the 10th of July, 1856 in Smiljan, a small village in the Lika region of what was then the Austro-Hungarian Empire, now part of Croatia. His father, Milutin Tesla, was a priest of the Serbian Orthodox Church, an educated man with a passion for language, science, and reform. His mother, Juka Mandic, the daughter of another priest, was inventive, practical, and endlessly creative. Though she had no formal schooling, she designed and improved household tools, and her ingenuity deeply influenced the young Nikola. Tesla would later say that he inherited his father's intellect and his mother's inventive genius. Tesla's family had a proud history. His grandfather had been a soldier during the Napoleonic Wars and returned home to raise a family that valued discipline and learning. Milutin Tesla, Nikola's father, was known for his vast library and his desire to educate his people. He often wrote essays promoting literacy among Serbians. His mother, on the other hand, had an instinctive curiosity about how things worked. Together, they created a household filled with ideas, discussions, and creativity. Nikola Tesla's birth was dramatic. According to family stories, a violent thunderstorm raged outside as he came into the world. The midwife, frightened by the lightning, declared that the baby would be a child of darkness, but his mother gently smiled and said, "No, he will be a child of light." Those words would define his destiny. 3 days later, Nikola was baptized at home. His parents had already imagined a structured life for him, even enrolling him as a future member of the 1st Lika Regiment, which he was expected to join at 15. Yet from his earliest years, Tesla showed signs of being different, a mind that could not be confined by expectations. He grew up surrounded by books, animals, and nature. His favorite companion was his black cat, Makak. One night, as Tesla stroked the cat, a spark leapt between his hand and the fur. Startled, he asked his father what it was, and Milutin explained that it was electricity. The boy was fascinated. Electricity, invisible, mysterious, powerful, became the first great obsession of his life. He spent his childhood exploring, experimenting, and imagining. He watched the way light moved, the way gears turned, and the way birds flew. He built small models of flying machines, drew designs that resembled helicopters, and dismantled clocks just to understand how they worked. Though outwardly cheerful, Tesla's mind was restless and often consumed by visions and vivid imagination. He could see inventions in his head fully formed before ever touching a tool. Tragedy struck early when his older brother Dane, whom he adored, died in a riding accident. The shock haunted Nikola for years. He often saw images of his brother in his dreams. It changed him. The playful boy became quiet, reflective, and deeply focused on understanding the mysteries of the world. To his family, he seemed gifted. To others, he seemed strange. As he grew older, Tesla attended school in Karlovac, where he developed a passion for mathematics and physics. He could solve complex equations in his head and visualize electric currents as if they were living streams of energy. Teachers were astonished by his abilities. But Tesla's curiosity was endless. He wanted to uncover the unseen forces of nature. After finishing school, he went to study electrical engineering at the Austrian Polytechnic Institute in Graz. There he first saw a machine that changed his life, a Graham dynamo, which could operate both as a generator and a motor. But Tesla noticed its inefficiency. He imagined a motor that would need no brushes, no sparks, one that ran on alternating current. His professors dismissed the idea as impossible. Yet, in Tesla's mind, the image of that motor began to spin, perfectly synchronized. He later attended university in Prague, but left before graduating due to family hardship. For a while, he drifted, teaching, studying, and working odd jobs. In Budapest, while walking in a park reciting poetry, a vision struck him. As he watched the setting sun, the solution appeared, a rotating magnetic field. He drew a diagram in the sand with a stick, explaining to his companion the principle that would one day power the entire world. Tesla moved to Paris and worked for the Continental Edison Company, helping install lighting systems. His brilliance soon caught attention, and in 1884, he arrived in New York City. With just 4 cents, a book of poetry, and a letter of recommendation to Thomas Edison himself. Edison, the most famous inventor in America, hired him immediately. But the two men were opposites. Edison was practical, business-minded, and preferred trial and error. Tesla was a visionary who worked with imagination and precision. When Tesla proposed that alternating current, AC, was superior to Edison's direct current, DC, the relationship collapsed. Edison dismissed the idea, saying AC was dangerous and impractical. Tesla left, heartbroken but determined. To survive, he dug ditches for a while. But in 1887, he found new investors and built his own laboratory. There, he finally created the first working AC induction motor, a design that transformed electricity forever. His system of alternating current allowed power to travel long distances efficiently, making it possible to light cities, factories, and homes worldwide. In 1893, at the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago, Tesla's AC system lit the entire fairgrounds. It was a dazzling display of innovation, and the world realized that Tesla's vision had triumphed. The war of currents between Edison and Tesla was over. AC had won. Soon after, Tesla partnered with industrialist George Westinghouse to build the first major hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls. When the turbines began to spin in 1896, transmitting electricity over miles of wire, Tesla's dream became reality. For the first time, power was flowing through nature, harnessed, controlled, and shared. But Tesla was never satisfied. He believed that energy should be free, that the Earth itself could transmit unlimited power through the air. To achieve this, he began building the Wardenclyffe Tower in Long Island, an enormous wireless transmission station. His idea was revolutionary, to send electricity, information, and messages through the atmosphere without wires. He dreamed of a world connected by invisible forces, long before the internet or wireless communication existed. But his financier, J.P. Morgan, withdrew support when he realized Tesla's invention could not be patented or controlled. Without funding, the project was abandoned and the tower was demolished years later. Despite this setback, Tesla's mind raced ahead of his time. He experimented with wireless communication, radio waves, remote control, X-rays, and even ideas resembling modern radar. He was among the first to demonstrate wireless power transmission and to imagine flying machines powered by electric force. In 1898, he unveiled a small remote-controlled boat at Madison Square Garden, the world's first true robot. Spectators thought it was magic. Yet, as years passed, the fame and fortune that Tesla deserved slowly faded. Other inventors, like Marconi, took credit for technologies Tesla had pioneered. His patents were ignored, and his investors disappeared. The man who had given the world light now lived in the shadows. Still, he refused to stop dreaming. He spoke of death rays, of machines that could control weather, and of wireless global energy networks. Many dismissed him as eccentric, but history would later prove how close he was to the truth. In his later years, Tesla became increasingly isolated. He moved from one New York hotel to another, feeding pigeons in the park and writing notes for inventions that no one funded. Yet even in his solitude, his mind blazed with ideas. He claimed to communicate with pigeons, and once said that a white pigeon visited him daily. "I loved that pigeon," he confessed. "As long as I had her, my life had meaning." By the 1930s, Tesla was nearly forgotten by the public, overshadowed by younger inventors and the rise of corporate science. He lived quietly in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel, surviving on milk, bread, and honey. On January 7, 1943, at the age of 86, Nikola Tesla passed away alone in his room. When the maid entered, she found him lifeless, sitting peacefully as if in meditation. The FBI later seized his papers and research notes, much of which remained classified for years. To this day, some claim Tesla had uncovered secrets too powerful for his time. Limitless energy, particle beams, and technologies that could change the world. Though he died in obscurity, his legacy only grew stronger. Every light that glows, every motor that hums, every radio signal that travels through the air carries a trace of his genius. Nikola Tesla was not just an inventor. He was a man who saw the future. He dreamed of a planet powered by the forces of nature itself, connected by invisible energy and free from limitations. In the words of Tesla himself, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." His ideas still resonate. In wireless power, in robotics, in the search for renewable energy, and in the endless curiosity of those who dare to imagine what's next.